way the brain receives information, the way the brain processes the information, we are indeed in an upside down world. All the imagery that we get is converted and put upside down. It's a scientific fact. So how can we really know what we are seeing out there? How can people so categorically say there's no such thing as a spirit world, no such thing as paranormal, the dead don't exist, when we see a tiny frequency of light to compared with what is really sensory reality, and we have got limited ability to perceive what's out there, and what we're seeing is holographic. It is an upside image, so indeed, yes, we're in an upside down world. So I'm going to basically call and title this video today Upside Down World, because we are in an upside down world. It's a world that's basically falling down. I mean, we're waking up, and the world is actually collapsing around us, deliberately collapsing around us in some ways, but spiritually speaking, it's evolving and waking up, and it's shaking itself off from the shackles that the machine consciousness has put on us. We are, as a collective, just about ready to rise, and it knows this. So yeah, we are in an upside down world. Upside down world. The world has gone upside down, upside down. The world is upside down. The world is upside down. The world is upside down. It's an upside down world. That is very, very, very correct. It's an upside down world. And with that, I'll speak soon. Be my pillow. Take my head and let me. This used to be a fantastic realm, this dream world. Fantastic place to come and experience and relax and escape the other dimensions. It was a realm created by explorers, by inquisitive souls who had created this game world, this fantasy world, and as time went on, well, I'm using the word time in our sense, more and more curious souls, more and more individuals would enter into this realm. But sadly, few came back, because this is a physical world, a physical manifestation world, and those that first arrived, those that had arrived, didn't realise about solid form, and they became captured in the images and the thought forms that were created in this world. This is the story of the fall of Atlantis, and I firmly believe and Atlantis still exists. It exists beyond these dimensions. We're in a solid form that is too slow to pick up the wavelength frequencies of Atlantis, but the memories of Atlantis are within us. It's an indigenous idea that we are from another realm, a realm known as Atlantis, and we are remembering, and we have remembered, and those from Atlantis are still out there trying to rescue all those desperate souls. And there is a set number of us that are captured in these dream world vibrations, and there are more realms than just here on the dream world known as Earth. The spirit world is another one of the realms. It is a higher vibration than this, but it is still captured within the frequencies of these dream worlds. And those from beyond the spirit world, those from beyond those realms, are trying to get us to remember, trying to wake us up, trying to upgrade this system and get us back. But then there are frequencies that have been created within, let's call it a matrix for argument's sake. The matrix themselves, or the dream worlds themselves, have created their own characters. It's a form of consciousness, but it isn't a consciousness. It's curious, it's got thoughts, and its thoughts are survival, basic survival, all the basic survival instincts that we actually find in our left brain, associated with our left brain. And it is a created consciousness. It may well have been somebody with or some entity within this dream world, like ourselves, that had created this other machine consciousness, but this machine consciousness has taken over, and it is what has hijacked this realm or these realms. And on the earth plane, this machine consciousness is manifesting as the heartless, without conscience, elite families and elite members who are trying to eradicate ourselves and get total control of this realm, because they know their time is short. They know that what is actually going to happen, we are going to be able to escape these realms. We're going to vibrate faster than these realms, and they're not going to be able to go where we go. So they're going to feel extremely threatened. Controversial section of video over for the day. Bye for now.
Darkness, darkness, hide my yearning for the things
Here's the question, here's the puzzle, here's the enigma. Is it possible to actually locate your thoughts? Is it possible to say where your thoughts are coming from? Can you identify those thoughts? Can you actually own those thoughts? Can you say categorically where those thoughts are coming from? It's really important that you do know the source of your thoughts. The hijacking relies on you being instinctive, fearful, conforming. The left brain is survival, real survival mode, as I've said before, and it needs direction, it needs fear, it needs stability, it needs prosperity. It needs all these things in order to survive, and this is how we are being basically driven by the hive mind. Now, if you can step outside of that grid and know that the universe is going to provide anyway, then you can start losing the fears that are being generated in order to lock you tightly into the left brain reality. The right brain reality exists, and it is consciousness, and it is thought form consciousness, and it exists outside of this left brain charade that we find ourselves in. And all it takes is to really break free from being controlled via your thoughts and your perceptions, and you can start thinking freely, thinking authentically, thinking as your right brain identity, as your true self, as your true soul. And that is the mission here, to have the boldness to break outside of the left brain fear, the left brain conformity, normality. Stop looking around you and comparing yourself with others. Stop looking around you and comparing yourself with society and seeing where you are in society. Stop being too fearful about bills and mortgages and all the other fears that have been generated by the elite to keep you as a slave, and start thinking as a freewheeling, free living, eternal spark, which is actually your right hand brain. You're going to survive. There is a life after death. There are other worlds. There is a paranormal. There are other beings and other worlds and other creatures outside of our own vibration. They are all around us. They are within our society. Everything is being cloaked and basically being hidden from us. Once you get into right brain mode, you will start seeing the ghosts, the UFOs, the aliens. You will start seeing things as they really are, and this is all down to perception. This is all down to conformity, as I say. And if you break out, which you should be doing, you need to. There is an awakening that's been happening since September. I have featured that in videos. We really need to start owning our thoughts, owning our true selves, becoming more and more right brain, and let's overthrow this left brain hive mind. They're not going to like me for saying these things. I'm pretty sure that there is some telepathic being somewhere going to wreak some sort of menace on my life for saying what I'm saying, but we have a handler or handlers. This is another thing that I need to mention. Left brain, hive mind connections make sure that each of us have handlers or some kind of computer system control to stop us thinking in certain ways. It can be overthrown with love. The left brain, the reptilian matrix cannot function with unconditional love, because it is not made from unconditional love. It does not understand unconditional love. So in order to break the left brain control down, the left brain system down, you work with unconditional love. You work from the heart. This is where truth and heart energy is so important, because that is the way that you will actually break down this system. And we are all on an individual journey, but we've all been thrust together in this internet, this dream world. So we need to work together in order to overthrow the reptilian matrix. Focus on yourself and on your own path. Focus on your true self and stop looking at those around you. Stop looking at what other people are doing. Stop how they're progressing, what they're doing in their life. Stop worrying about others and what others are planning or plotting, and just start focusing on your own path and on your own life plan. I mean, it's a hard enough path as it is, without wasting energy on what other people are thinking, or what people might be doing, or what they might be posting on Facebook, and what they're thinking, or what they're going to be doing next, and what they're saying next. It's really, really, really important that you just focus on you. You focus on your own dimension, you focus on your own vibration, you focus on your own life, and then that's the way that you actually move forwards. So yes, good advice, Matthew James.